Good morning. Good morning. I'm a day late, but I'm here. It doesn't matter. It's all still news. I don't know what they're doing in court today. I guess I'll peek in at the end of this and see what's going on. But apparently, both sides rested the case yesterday. So I think pretty much today they just giving jury instructions and arguing, and then we wait on the verdict. That was pretty quick. 28 days is a month. It's pretty quick, but no weekend, so it's a little longer. Let's see here. Let's get started. Can y'all hear me? I think y'all should be. I thought I put myself on the screen. Got the mic on. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, we should be good to go. All right. Before the jury comes in, as we submitted overnight, we think it's relevant Cassie sex to Combs about what she wanted to do. USA Johnson says those were acts with Mr. Combs in his office. They are simply not relevant. The judge says the U.S. objection is sustained, motherfucker. The judge says here Mr. Combs is inquiring into what Miss Ventura was going to do, and she replied, "Be your little freak." Johnson says Miss Ventura is asking Mr. Combs for an explicit photo of himself. So is it about her boyfriend? And the judge says, here, I overruled the objection. Okay, judge, that's fair. And one. Diddy lawyer says Miss Ventura writes she bought baby oil because she just couldn't stop herself. She was buying baby oil on her own. And Miss Johnson says, we don't dispute she wanted to have sex with her boyfriend. And the judge said, Johnson, the baby oil purchase seems for a freak off. They said, no, these arguments are based on something Estavo submitted to the judge last night, but it's not in the docket exactly when Inner City Press opposed, and judge seems to order in docket real time. They say Mr. Combs drugged people to make them do freak offs, but here he cancels the freak off because she's feeling sick. USA Johnson says there is no evidence the freak off was canceled. She wanted to have sex with her boyfriend. The judge said we're gonna hold off on that one for a minute. I don't know about that one. Johnson says in this one, Mr. Combs asks her if she can freak off without taking drugs. And she says, yes, it is being offered for its truth. It is hearsay. I overruled the objection. Here she says, I want my bank account to be right. We object. And Estavo says, this is Miss Ventura demanding money. It is a command of sorts, not hearsay. And how is it relevant? It goes to financial motive. The judge says in 2017, I sustained the objection to 1135 on hearsay and 403 grounds. The last one is 1417. It's about Miss Ventura decorating a hotel room and getting flowers on Valentine's Day. This is a sex trafficking freak-off as alleged by the government. This shows Miss Ventura set it up as a surprise to Combs. And the judge says, this is hearsay. I am sustaining that objection, but the defense can use her being presented with the layout of the hotel room, the flowers, the photo can come in, and messages with them. None of them was docketed despite. Judge bringing the jury. Can we have a restroom break? All right. And Garrigo says, Your Honor, our arguments took so long that the jurors' devices turned themselves off. They are high tech. All rise. Good morning. Pull up 1406 from December 21st, 2021. Daphne Joy, Combs, Dunn, and Cabral. Turn off the attorney screens. We're going to watch some videos. Play from the beginning into 2 minutes and 22 seconds. They're watching porn. One juror complains their device says low battery. So what does she say here? She writes, that was so fucking sexy. Then she writes, I'm wet thinking about it. Heart eyes emoji. Now Paul is in the chat, but your chart doesn't list Cabral's message with Daphne Joy. See 3328. Now it's December 21st, 2021. She reaches out to Cabral to say Happy New Year's. Writes, let me know if you want to come tonight. What does Cabral say? He says, I'm cooking for my family, but tomorrow for sure. Garagos, not in your chart. No. Under Italian, let's see DX 3050. This is April 4th of 2022. With Jay, you read Mr. Combs. Combs writes, I have been having crazy fantasies about Leo. You and Leo. Now he had to correct this shit. Not me and Leo, you and Leo. He writes, Adderall is the greatest, LOL. She writes to him with drool face emoji. Then in 1406, next is July 2022. You only review what the government gave you, right? Right. Combs tells Paul to come over. Yes. Here, Daphne says, my place is free tonight. Then she writes, I got on my knees and thank God for the health of my child and for your friendship. Then heart emojis, right? Right. I'll correct you. It's Van Nuys. And there's laughter. GX 103 is between Jane and Paul. I don't memorize the exhibit numbers, so let's show it. This is a message between Paul, Arthur, and Mr. Combs, who says staff is leaving. This is the first mention of Anton, right? October 8th, 2022. Yes, he shows up. In these photos, E285. Do you see the bracelet she's wearing? I do. Jane writes, can you come to Turks? What does he say? He says, yes, love. I have a passport, but not vaccination. She said, can you get an ATL? A few days later, she asked about Miami. Daphne writes, tonight was fun. What does he say? He says, had a great time with you, baby. Now, April 23rd, James, Combs, and Paul, he says, hey, Daphne, true name, I am available. And she asked about the 19th. Yes. Jane says, I'll reach out. How about P? Ital is available. What does Combs respond? Combs says, okay, you find location? You in the mood? Jane says, didn't know you were unsatisfied. I stopped and got a couple more outfits. Jane writes, I know what you like, Daddy. At the London, before you left for NYC, you did a film. You forgot it. You promised you wouldn't forget. Then smirky face, devil face. I'm coming, Daddy. That video you sent me was hot. Sweat emoji. Ooh, this is kind of just fucking up their case. They ain't, yeah, but I see why they didn't put these in there, because they was trying to seem like they be forced, and this nigga was like, hey, did you find, it's your idea. You got a location? Are you in the mood? And she could have been like, no, I'm not in the mood, actually. But she sent the shit. This is crazy. Her and Cassie, they were just some freaks. They liked it. Some girls is just freaks. He writes, let's see. Let's go back to GX 1406, May 19th, 2023. Jane Combs. Paul and Cabral. What does Mr. Combs write? He writes, is Chef still here? She says, no, LOL. Pull up the text of the personal assistants. I don't know who. Miss Karam writes, for hotel, they want fruits, outfits, shorts for him, size large, fruits and juices. She writes, are you hydrated? I'll be at One hotel, residential side. Hey, hon, had a great time. Do you see that? Yes. Here, Daphne writes to Combs, I love you. Can't wait to see you with heart emojis. But now she writes, let's be positive. Remember how we turned it around at 1 star, right? Right. He says, you got chef? Jane says, no. Jane says, you know I was trying for my chefy pool. Gara goes, Jane writes, are you coming to LA? How much would it be to compensate for Memphis chef gig? He responds, sorry, love, I could have did it with enough heads up. Mr. Combs writes, hurry up. She is at hotel and she is horny as hell. Need help. LOL. Paul responds, LOL, right? Right. And Mr. Combs sent Paul an image. Does it look like Shaq? Yes. May we have a brief sidebar? He sent a picture of Shaq. That's weird. What in the freaky shit is going on in this room? I come back from the sidebar only to take a break. And I said, this cross has already gone longer than was projected yesterday. Will they get to the defense case today? While the public exhibit screens left off for exhibit without Daphne's name. He breaking it down. They're back. Sean Combs in brown sweater is poring over documents with his lawyer, Nicole Westmoreland, then stands up to talk to Agnes Filio. All rise. Back to 1406. Mr. Combs writes to Paul, security knows to let you in the back, right? Combs says, just say P, not Paul. Jane writes, just to tell you I love you, listening to your music and making love with you. Partey, rosé, whatever we were saying. Back to 1406, August 12th, 2023, he writes, movie night was off the chain. She says, so we try something new tonight. He says, call Italian. She, one hotel roof, good for drinks and light bites, smiley face, kiss face, right? Right, he says, baby, I'm stressed out. She says, I'm back to mummy mode. September 19th, 2023. That corresponds to many chats we looked at yesterday. Pull up 1407. Not one by one. Go to page 48. I just want to highlight a few that I didn't think were in the chart. Combs right, headed to ATL. Combs right, I can't even look. It would drive me crazy. Daphne writes, muy caliente with a sweating face. That shit was different. All of it. That was September 24th, 2023. Yes, this message said we had a great dog. D-A-W, whatever the fuck that is. Jane writes, Daddy want to see mommy be bad tonight, right? Slide that dick in me at the restaurant. No water emojis. Yes, right. She right. I'm going to blow your mind tonight. Can't wait to lick your nipples, right? Jane sent more emojis. Drew, she writes, it's sexy here in the hotel. Yeah, we need to run to the freak store. Let's skip ahead to 55. She writes, I didn't have time to do my nails. And he writes, I fucking love it. Let's just quickly look at this. This is just James and Combs, correct? Line 913, September 30th. Jane writes, I love you, baby. Have a great show. This I won't repeat here. There are no location entries until February 8th, 2024. I don't know why you won't repeat it. You just read, slide that dick up in me. It's just amazing shit that they be like, I don't want to say. Y'all been cussing up a storm in this motherfucker. KKS Jonathan Perez. How does she look? You could put him in front of someone, but he just took a full bar, so I think he'll be asleep soon. And then we can turn off the public screen. And so the screen been off this whole time. Here you have flight records for Jane going from LA to Miami. 5 days before Combs posts IG video, right? Right. Now a phone call from Anton to Jane, 0 seconds. What does that mean? The clock starts at ringing. We don't have the public screens on, so play this video. We hear audio, a beautiful day like this, bass playing. That was June 24. June 2024, right? Right. Let's play more video. 3 jurors' devices are not working. We have some more devices charged up. We'll hear the music. Now play the entire video. Now in this one, let's jump ahead to minute 7 and 8. Now minute 19. Almost done. Please stop it here. Do you see the message from Jane? I have the best memories. I have just a few to asking about 1409. Bring up 1408. Do you see the account transfer of $22,000? Yes. In 1409, it was Jane Fuentes Transportation. Do you see that it has $151.99 for Daphne and also Cabral Williams? It's hard for me to see the lines. Can you move the cursor up? $324, $760. Meanwhile, Combs passes a note to Nicole Westmoreland, still seated at his right, who then whispers in Agnifilio's ear. Let's go to page 96. Sean Combs' personal bank account records. Total due $74,000. There's an account transfer to the LLC. Yes. Your Honor, can I have a moment? One more video and then we're done. The one that wasn't working this morning. Turn off the attorney screens. You reviewed the metadata? Which chart? It's a great question. Play it. Thank you, Agent. Please go back to keeping New York City safe. Redirect. Briefly, did we just see Sean Combs paying for the travel of Cabral Williams from Atlanta to Florida across state lines? Objection. Do the charts represent every text message in this case? No. Let's pull up message before this date. Objection beyond the scope. Mr. Garagos did it. Sidebar. They've come back. In this time frame, did you see any messages between Daphne and Mr. Combs that were sexual or affectionate in nature? No. No further questions. Do you rest? Subject to. Jurors take a break. Jurors leave. We have essentially rested. We only may want to move for a few corrections. Mr. Agnifilio, are you ready to move? Alex, we move under Rule 29. Inference is not enough. See U.S. versus Copeland. Shapiro says, on count 1, Mr. Combs is entitled to a judgment of acquittal. The requirements of RICO have not been met. They have not been shown the agreement to violate RICO, nor agreement to racketeering acts. The enterprise is more than a group of people. The enterprise purpose here mapped onto the racketeering act, sex trafficking, etc. See the Boyle case. A structural feature of a RICO enterprise, a hub and spoke, the rim. Here it is a rimless hub. There is insufficient proof to establish this 20-year-long conspiracy. Mr. Combs did not conspire with any other person. They say an inner circle of bodyguards, but they fail to show it. There's only thin proof they engaged in crimes. At most, these were personal quantities of drugs. They used a lot of Astroglide and baby oil and drank, maybe some drugs. Jonathan Perez's hotel nights were personal time with the female. Brandon Paul said hotel for the night. David James said he saw a naked man in the hotel room, but thought that wasn't part of his job. The sex with Cassie Ventura and Jane sometimes involved third parties, but they were not booked by staff. It brought them closer to Combs. Jane said to Cabral, don't want team to intercept you. And in May, Jane said she had to wait for assistance to clear out when KK and the guards learned of Mr. Combs' violence to Cassie Ventura. It's not racketeering. They did not help. There's no proof that KK knew or thought these women were being coerced. She did damage control. There's evidence that Mr. Combs was lying to her. KK is supposed to be the main co-conspirator, but she only appears in March 2016, 12 years in. There is no evidence between the breakup with Cassie in 2018 and the beginning with Jane in 2021. Even for a RICO conspiracy, they have to prove a single agreement. It hasn't been done here. USA versus Pizzonia. Case law. Even if the court denied this Rule 29 motion, some should not go to the jury under California law. The government had to show that the information was about to be given to law enforcement back in April and found lack of probable cause. Mr. Combs was seeking to avoid negative publicity for both himself and Ms. Ventura. There was no police involvement. The guard who testified said Ms. Ventura did not want to report it. Ms. Ventura said the same thing, as did Kerry Morgan. Eddie Garcia said the money was for the video, nothing more. Ms. Ventura appeared on FaceTime and said she had a movie coming out and did not want this video coming out. The NDA permitted Garcia to report to law enforcement. On obstruction, they have to show intimidation or threats to hinder or delay, citing Arthur Anderson versus U.S. There must be consciousness of wrongdoing. Here the incidents involve Mia and Jane. On Mia, there's no actus reus. This is about D-Rock trying to get Mia to speak with Combs, but it sounds like a normal conversation until her radar went off. No threats were communicated. All D-Rock said was Puff wanted to talk with her. They wanted to say something. PR. Her reactions could not have been foreseeable to D-Rock or Mr. Combs. She did not even answer Mr. Combs' calls later that day. D-Rock didn't bring up money. She did. She said she was out of dollars. D-Rock never acted on it. D-Rock said, if you don't want to, all good. The prosecutors characterized these as nice messages. There was no evidence D-Rock or Mr. Combs thought Mia felt threatened. So this is not witness tampering. They did, yeah, they were reaching on that one. There would have had to be proof Mr. Combs knew of a federal investigation at that time. There is none. With respect to Daphne, they have November 19th, 2023. No threats. Mr. Combs said, this is when I need you to be there for me. Mr. Combs was already paying Jane's rent. There was nothing in the call about it. This is not corrupt persuasion. There's no federal nexus. They want to argue 1591D. There will be a constructive amendment, as we'll say at the charge conference. They breaking this shit down. They ain't got no case. If they want to charge, they should have charged them for drugs if they wanted to get something to stick. But this other shit, the sex trafficking, falls on the bitches. They was booking them. They was texting these niggas talking about how they liked it and stuff. And there's really in that, there is no party that was forced to take place in it. So it really ain't no fucking, it ain't no victim in it. Everybody was willing to do what they wanted. Everybody was good. Nobody filed a complaint. Nobody said, I'm being prostituted against my will. Them niggas want to make their money. See, I'm just going to make them be victims. The men in the case, not the women, the men, because the women was the girlfriends who was willing to do this shit. Anyway, we think that statute is unconstitutional on forced labor. The statute was meant to enforce the 13th Amendment. It is used for domestic workers here legally or nor forced to work, squalid conditions. These are able-bodied USA citizens perfectly capable of leaving when they wanted to leave. They did. What the two were most afraid of was losing their job. With respect for Capricorn Clark, she continued to work to show she hadn't stolen it. Not being paid overtime is not forced labor. Capricorn Clark said Mr. Combs told her, get the fuck out my house. She said that was crossing my boundaries. She got a higher paid job. She alleged wrongful termination, presumably because she wanted to stay. Then 50 Cent. With respect to Mia, she had a high GPA. She got her later job with Madonna. So the elements are not met with them either. On kidnapping, there is insufficient evidence as to two of the three allegations. Even if you credit the U.S. witnesses, Capricorn Clark, and the lie detector test, Uncle Polly took her to the building. This does not satisfy New York law. Mr. Combs didn't know. She went willingly every day. The other, Cassie, at the London hotel, she said she was taken there and held for several days. California law has 4 elements not met here. On arson of Kid Cudi's car, no evidence Mr. Combs was involved. On count 2, Mr. Combs would have to know. I'll focus on his men's area. It's about what he understood. How could he understand? Cassie said she did the freak offs to make Mr. Combs happy. She didn't communicate reluctance. Look at the text. In the Intercontinental, the fight happened after the night of sex, and there was no sex after the violence. The video seemed to show that Mr. Combs, after he gets the cell phone, just sits in the chair in the elevator lobby. So no men's REA, or whatever the fuck that is. As to Jane, or Daphne Joy, 50 Cent baby mama, she engaged in sex for economic benefit. For example, the house, there was only one incident of violence, which I'll get to. The fraud theory is deficient as a matter of law. Turk's trip ultimately happened. She wanted to go out to dinner. This would sweep in a lot of romantic partners. It is vagueness problems. People do this all the time. It's not fraud. Immigrants being tricked into sex for green cards is different. He's a wealthy individual, but won't take her on a yacht. They never alleged sex trafficking of Jane until they found out she was alleging a circle incident of assault. That is telling. This theory of fraud is incredibly weak. The fight at Jane's house in LA, this single act is not sufficient. And she started the fight. She was throwing shit at him, candles and shit. There's no evidence that escort came from outside of California. Escorts were paid for their time. Both witnesses said they were not prostitutes. Ooh, good one. They're not prostitutes or escorts. Start over. There's no evidence that escort came from outside of California. Escorts were paid for their time. Both witnesses said they were not prostitutes. Philip and Hayes, they were called entertainers or escorts. Thank you, Your Honor. And the government said, hold on, I need a break since they finna do all this. This is some good arguing right here. And this is, I think it's I don't know if the jury's in there or not listening to this. I think the jury is out on break. Okay, one second. Pardon. Okay, there's more than enough evidence. Your Honor can reserve on that. If you like argument, I'd like a bathroom break. I can reserve. The defendant should be allocated. Tagnafilio, give me a moment. And the judge asked Diddy, Mr. Combs, how you feeling? I'm doing great, Playboy. I want to say thank you. You're doing an excellent job, bad boy. Do you understand that whether to testify or not is up to you? Do you understand? Yes, Your Honor. Bad boy for life. Is it your decision not to testify? Yes, solely my decision with my lawyers. But that's not solely your decision. If it's with your lawyers, take that, take that. Thank you. Shall we allow time to allow stipulations? Yes. (3:07 p.m.) They back. The judge entering. Now the defense case. We enter into evidence this stipulation about devices provided to the government by Cassie. Uh, Highlight local use. I'm the luckiest woman in the world. I'll get all the pictures together this week. So many good ones. Meanwhile, Combs seated between Westmoreland and Brian Steele has Westmoreland the pad. Local user, I owe you a good night. If you want me to call someone, I need to treat my pop better. I promise I will be better. If I don't, you can leave me, but that won't happen. Oh, it's killing the case. Hey, this is what Diddy spent all that damn money for. This is why he got 9 fucking lawyers, because they really whooped ass. This is where they earning their money right here. Local user, which is Cassie. I love you and thank you for always trying with me. I will be a woman, not a child. I'm leaving that in 2012. Now pull up 1402, row 66, February 14th through the 16th, 2017. From Violet to Cassandra. Teamwork make the dream work. Public exhibit not on for contest photo of flowers in hotel room. Mr. Combs right. Do you think you can freak off without getting high? Cassie says yes. Smiley face. So he's saying he ain't even want her drugged all the time. Blow up the first couple bubbles. Cassie right. Send me a dick pic. Miss Ventura writes, I just bought baby oil at the store because I couldn't help myself. Then, I'm proud of us. We've been together for a long time. Baby, you do make me happy. I looked at my bracelet and it made me smile. Wow. I guess he made her text it. Okay. Hell no, it just cut off right there. Come on, please. Is it gonna jump back into something else? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it just went to a whole bunch of I'm gonna go here because we was already on that other one. Okay, I think I may have found the right spot. Oh no. Went down too far. Let's see. Okay. I think we're in the right spot. Okay, to just send me the dick pic. And Cassie writes, you're my best friend, CC. And this message was sent May 30th, 2017. Combs' lawyer, Garrigo, I will read this about Daniel Phillip. He was told to sit on the couch while Combs took his turn with Cassie. He felt jealous. In October 24 and April and May 2025, Don Richard met with law enforcement. The notes do not reflect Mr. Combs telling her where he comes from, people go missing. As to Hayes, he stated that he began to have feelings for Ms. Ventura. Hopefully you and Grayson are doing well. As we discussed, I sent her new scripts for Tacro and a new medication to the pharmacy late on Monday. I have to call her when I get off the phone. Mr. Hayes, the Punisher, stated he began to have feelings for Cassie. As the Capricorn, Clark notes from the first 11 of her 13 interviews with law enforcement and USAs did not mention a call made near Scott McCuddy's car in LA. The first of Mia's interviews do not indicate Mr. Combs initiated sex with Mia. Bongolian did not initially say Mr. Combs told her I could kill you at a photo shoot. 3280-28 was not admitted. It was 3288. We may have more. The defense rests. The government does not intend to present a rebuttal case. And then, so the jurors did hear that shit. Okay. Jurors, you do not need to come in tomorrow. You'll come in Thursday. All rise. Have the parties discuss logistics for Thursday. We should go to 5 p.m. both Thursday and Friday. Agreed. When will I have the charges back? May we have a moment? Yes. Let me withdraw a non-existent exhibit so no one tries to find it one day. We have put a demonstrative 1512 to be unsealed. That will be unsealed. We do not expect that jurors will be able to begin deliberating until Monday. It's going to be a lot of argument and then your instructions. That's fair. We'll submit the charge by 7:30 p.m. That works until 10 a.m. And the judge says, I'm calling an audible. Tomorrow it will be noon, charge conference. I hope we don't have to object during defense submission. We don't think it'd be appropriate for Mr. Agnifilio to bring up current events or use of U.S. resources. It said, fine, and adjourn. So they haven't even gotten started on today's whatever the hell they're going to do, which is just going to be them arguing in front of the judge with no jury. But yeah, I have to agree with the defense. They ain't proved no RICO. They have not. They proved that he had some freak ass girlfriends, because they ain't have the Mia didn't testify. Not Mia, the Gina didn't testify. I don't know if she said she was in no freak offs. So yeah, I don't. It's different. Cassie claims she got beat all the time, and Daphne Joy was with him a whole bunch of years and got one incident that she started. So yeah, it's about to go down. They said that they expect next Monday the jury to start deliberating. How long do y'all think it's going to take them to come back with a verdict? Do y'all think he's guilty? I don't, but I'm not on the jury. To the next episode, we out. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so with the business. Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us some misfits. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the thick bitch. Oh shit, didn't nobody come to see you old, it's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coded. Memphis niggas spit this pimpin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Say hi, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Hoppin', cookin', whippin', shippin', till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving pack niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hatin' but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it burn it, don't speak. Pour up, I need some more, nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach, I'm too geek. Walking by myself, but left with 2 freaks. Ooh, we nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah, baby, this is groovy. You can call me MoneyBoy, or you can call me Nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island cause I like my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island cause I love my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Niggas talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Bizkit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Bizkit.